Hey everyone, again, this is Artisan Loom, and I'm here to give you a tutorial for my raspberry cheesecake design. This is what it looks like. Of course, this is back before I started fixing my bands, making them look halfway decent, but it's pretty cool. I love it. So this was back 33 weeks ago when I first around when I first started designing. I mean, I've done a few more before then, but this one got a lot of attention for on Instagram and on Rainbow Loom when I did share it. So I figured maybe I would go ahead and do a tutorial for it because I love it so much. I'm going to keep it, I was naming bracelets after the color bands I was using and what it looked like. So I probably should have went with what the design looked like instead of the colors. So when it's raspberry cheesecake, if you want to make a purple one or a green one, I'm not going to change the name. It's just going to be raspberry cheesecake. You can do whatever color scheme that you would like. I'm going to stick in this family, but I'm not going to do, what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use for the border the fuchsia LE bands, and then I'm going to use, I believe this is red sweets, I believe, burgundy sweets. And then I think what I'm going to do is, instead of using that purple color in the center with the gold, the Persian purple, I'm just going to try out the sweets bands, baby pink. And let's just go with those colors for now. So go ahead and get your loom set up. I'm going to do, it's probably not going to be 2 full loom lengths long, but as you can, it's a 4-pin bar design. Your first and your fourth are at the same height, then you go down and your second and third are at the same height. So the 2 in the center, then you go up 1 on the sides. Okay, I went ahead and made it to 2 loom lengths, and then I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay, let me show you first. When I stretch it out, you can see. You see that? So I'm going to count these little swirlies. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think what we're going to end up doing was, when I put it on my wrist, because this is before I started doing full wraps, I think if we take 4 more and put it across here, it'll be perfect. Or maybe even 3, probably 4. So if there's 6 here, we're going to have a total of 10. Okay, so you're going to go up 10 to make it a full 10. I'll show you what you do. I'll tell you where to quit. Okay, so at this point you are going to get, what I'm doing is I'm beading all my every other band on my border, and so I've already made up a bunch of bands with seed beads on them. And so if you choose to bead it, that's fine. If you choose not to, that's fine as well. If you don't, then just, you know, do your border. But what I'm going to do is, hold up a moment, simple enough, is I'm going to go 1 across here, 1 across there, to the outside. You know what, this center one is really stretchy. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I guess that's pretty cool for an LE. Look at the LE band, how far it can stretch. That's this particular one. Now, this particular one doesn't stretch as far. I don't want them to be too terribly loose. On some designs you want your LE bands to be loose, but on others you don't. Okay, so now we're going to do every other one with a beaded band, or if you're not beading it, then it's going to be just follow the border up. Okay, simple enough, simple enough. And then I will tell you when to go ahead and where to stop. Actually, I've got to figure it out myself. So I would go a little over halfway and then I would stop and then wait on my direction. So I will show you, and then I will be right back. I've got it set up, and you're going to go 20 pin bars high. So, well, let's see, we're going to count from the side. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then, you know, we come into the center. So 19, so, well, I guess we should count from here to where it ends up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So from here to here, if you count from the center here and go up, you'll count up 20. And you'll end it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that part open and put that band on last for my cat band. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. That would be good. And actually, you know what I'm going to do as well, since we haven't gotten too far? I'm going to make that a double. I'm going to take these two off and make this a double. That way it just gives it extra strength. No big deal. If you want to do a single, that's fine too. But seeing as how we're going to put a double cat band on the end, I thought that'd be good. Whatever. 1 or 2, however you choose. Okay, so then the next step is you need to pick your color for what you're going to put on. Let me put all my stuff back. What is going to be on your side? So we've done the border. Now we want to pick our colors that are on the side, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and go with the, what is this? The Baby Pink Sweets. So what we're going to do, okay, so we're going to go from here, or no, let's see here. The point is going to be right there, so let's see here. Or actually, let's see, it's going to be, we're just doing a zigzag. So we can start here and go in, hold on, and then go, just do a normal zigzag the entire way. It's weird because in my pictures from 33 weeks ago, which is what I'm looking at to be able to recreate this, I had craziness going. I had extra steps, but I never did take them out. And so I'm trying to, from looking at this, I'm trying to see what I did and what I didn't do on my rendition. Because I think I tried a step that I added and it didn't come out. So then I just cut it out at the end. And so then I didn't have the proper pictures to show what I did. I don't know. That may not make a bit of sense to you, but it totally makes sense to me. And that's why I'm crazy. Okay, so you're just going to do a normal zigzag all the way down the loom, just like I did on the other side. And then I will meet you back here to finish the next step. All right, and what I did was, and I'll just go ahead and tell you, whatever color you're going to use for the center, there's going to be a couple, and you're going to have 2 beaded bands here in the center if you choose. If not, that's fine, but I went ahead and taken my burgundy sweets and I've put a seed bead in the center, so I made up some of those and I'll show you where those go. Okay, so go ahead and do this all the way down the other side of the loom. So now that you've got all this part done, now we're going to work on the center part, the squares that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is we are going to be using double bands, okay, and I'm going to go ahead, I thought I was only going to use 3 colors, but I think I'm going to use 4 colors and use this Persian pink is what I'm going to use. Let me try to get these bands apart, but what we're going to do is use double bands, so 2 bands you're going to place, okay. So I'm probably going to do them singly just because I don't want them to get all twisted. But you're going to start right here in the center and go across with 2 bands. It's just easier for me. I know most people use 2 bands. They'll put them together and throw it on the loom, but I just don't want them to be super bad twisted. Okay, and then you're going to go up with 2 double bands. Then you're going to go, let's see, over in the center with double bands, and then you're going to go up. Okay, that's what we have. And see, I don't like them to be all twisted. This one is not up top. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'm just too much of a perfectionist, I don't know. Okay, so at that point, yeah, let's just do that all the way up the loom. I was going to show you each square, but I think we'll just do that all the way up the loom. That way I don't take up a whole bunch of time. I'll do one more with you. We're going to skip one because we're going to leave this whole center part free. And we're going to do double bands across the bottom. Double bands up towards the left. It just happened to be sticking together is why. And then 2 bands going across the center. And then 2 bands. See, now I'm telling you I'm going to do them by singly, but it seems like they've been, oops, that one's way smaller than that one. Let me move that over and grab a different one. If they're stuck together, or if they lay properly, then I'll try to put them on together like this. But if not, so I just want them to stay in the proper order. So we're going to do that all the way up. 2 here, 2 to the left, 2 across the center, and then 2 down on the right. And we'll do it every well, we'll make a square, but leave one, the center part blank in between each one. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Now that I have that part done, okay, I'm going to go on with my burgundy sweets. And what we're going to do is we're going to, if you're going to use beads, you'll do, you're going to do double bands if you don't use, either way you're doing double bands, but what we're going to do is make X's with double bands. But if you're going to seed, because I'm going to seed bead them, just like I did here in the center, I'm going to seed bead. So each square will have 2 seed beads. Okay, so I'm going to go from the right to the left with a seed beaded one. And then on top of that, I'm going to put a plain band. Now, if you choose not to seed bead it and you want to do double bands, that's fine. I've never made it without beads, so I really don't know how it'll come out or how it will look, if it will have the same effect with the swirling, I don't know. But, so then the next one, we're going to go to the left with the seed bead. So seed bead goes first, and then the plain band, just like that. Okay? So you'll do the same thing here. Sorry about that. You'll get a seed bead, and then a plain band, and then you'll do a seed bead to the left, and then a plain band on top of that. One more time, which I don't even know that I need to go over it one more time, but we'll just, with the seed bead to the right, and then a plain band on top. Push my bands down. We're going to have tons of, since they're all doubled, lots of bands on. Okay, to the left with the seed bead, and then a band. So do that for each square that you have. Okay, so I have it finished all the way down. Okay, so the next step is to go ahead and turn it around. And then I'm going to need a cat band to go right here across the center. So I'm going to double cat band my border color and bring it across. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's see what the best way to do this is. Okay, we're going to go in through the cat band and grab the double bands, the beaded and the regular band that's on top, which will be from your right. We're going to grab both of them bands and bring it up to the left. Okay? Well, let go. I don't know if this bead needs to be on the other side or not, but I'm going to force it to go down there. Okay? And then I'm going to go in here and grab the other two, beaded, or the beaded and the regular, and go to the right. Okay, now make sure you're pressing your bands down because there's quite a bit on here. Okay, the next thing is we are going to loop. We're going to go into this peg right here, grab the two of the outer square, the two bands, which is going to be my Persian pink, and we're going to bring it down. Okay, and then we're going to go into this peg, and we're just going to follow it around and get the two bands on the, well, get the two bands on the bottom and bring it to the right, just like that. Okay, go into this peg, get the two bands that go up, okay, and then go into here and get the two bands that go to the left, okay? And that's how we're going to do it, because then these bands are going to connect it to the border so it stays together, okay? And let's see here. I believe we're going to do that on the next one. You know what? I think I'm going to need cat bands, aren't I? I think I'm going to need cat bands. I happen to have a cat band here. Yep. I'm going to need cat bands. Totally screwed that one up, didn't I? Okay, because I wasn't paying attention. I need cat bands on these two pegs going up. I'm going to do a triple. Do a triple. Okay, so I'll just do it as I go, or you can go through and put it on each one, the bottom of the square. Okay, so I'm going to go in through this side, this cat band, and grab those two bands, the two burgundy sweets that go to the left. I'm going to go into this side, get the two burgundy sweets that go to the right and form that X. And then we're going to go in to the upper left corner of the square and bring it down. Now I just got to make sure my bands are pressed down. And then I'm going to go in through this one, because this is the next one. Just only those two bands that go to the right. There's quite a few bands on here. And plus I'm using the 300 count packs, not the 600, so just be careful of which bands that you're grabbing. So I'm going to go in through here and grab the I'm going to go find those two Persians that go up, okay, and go in here and get those two Persians and bring it to the left, okay? So that is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to follow that all the way up the loom. I'll do one more with you. At this point, I haven't laid my cat bands. I've got to do my triples. Do the triples. Just press all your bands down that way, because, I mean, there are a ton. Okay, so I'm going to go in through this cat band, get the two sweets that go to the left, the two burgundies that go to the right. Okay, I'm going to go into this peg and grab the two Persians and bring it down. Okay, go into here, get the two Persians, bring it to the right, go down and get oops, I have to go through those two bands. I was grabbing the wrong ones. Go in and get the two Persians that go up, and then go in and get the two Persians. Whoops, I got to get both. That go to the left. Okay, it's a little tight, but it's going to be okay. And you'll do that for each square. Okay, and then I'll meet you back. Now I'm done with all my squares, all the way up the loom. Now we've got to loom out these side bands. Okay, and to do that, everything's going to be looped from these two center pegs out towards the border. So you're going to go in and bring that one down, up, go into the next one, bring it down. So it all comes to the border. Just very easy. Just be careful because all these are double and they're sticky if you use the 300, and you just don't want to break any bands. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way down. And so I'm going to go in through here and do this side real quick. And then I'll go off camera. Finish up mine. And then I believe all we have is the border left. It's not a hard design, it's just a little different. Come on, let me grab that band. Okay, so you're just going to connect them, the ones that are down the center, you're going to connect to the border. Okay, so finish that part. So I'm finished with that part all the way down to the end. You know what might be kind of neat too, and I think originally I wanted to do it, was I think it'd be neat to span a band going across each one and just putting some beads going through here, but not, you wouldn't end up looping these up. You would just be a real tight band with some beads that would separate. Although I'm not sure, because you see how this sits? If you have too much, there's not a whole lot of, I don't know if it would set properly, but that's kind of a neat idea too, that you could do a variation and put some beads across there, that went, or across the center here. Well, anyhow, at this point we're ready to just loop up our border. It's just a normal border, to the left, to the right, and then all the way down till you hit the center. Okay, so go ahead and finish that part up, and we'll take it off the loom. Got the border all the way down, and what you've got here is, remember these two bands that we placed here? We're going to go in through here and pick them up. So go in and grab those two bands, pull it up, hold it with one hand, go into this one, pick up those two, and put all four of them on your hook. Okay, at that point, I guess I will go ahead and get my C-clip. I'm not prepared like I'm supposed to be. Get my C-clip, and I'll go ahead and put it on. That way it's done, and then I'll just leave it on the hook like that. Okay, so now all we have to do is take it off the loom. Don't rip it off. Obviously it's a no-brainer. There's a ton of bands here. I wouldn't risk the breakage, so you're just going to go through and pull it off each one. Okay, you'll do the same on this side as well. Uh-oh. Nope, that's right. Scared me. Okay. And once you get this side done, now you work on the center. I'm just going part way, and then I'll take it off the rest of the way. And then at that point, you just go through each one. A lot of times I'll just grab it and pull up, and it helps it come off easier. But I'm going to go ahead and finish it, and then I will meet you back when mine is off the loom. Just got mine off the loom, so I'm going to pop it off of here. That's what the back looks like. But look at this. How cool is that with these little swirlies? I just think it's so cool. So I'll go through, and I always stretch my design out to make sure everything pops the way that it needs to go in place. I probably have a ton of bands that I need to fix, but it's perfect. Perfect size. See? Awesome. But I go through and fix all my bands. Anything that I want, you know, these bands are twisted. That'll drive me absolutely batty, so I'm going to grab it and twist and drop it. Do the same over here. Except for I want the gold part to show. You know, it just depends on, well, Don't have a real good handle on it. But you just go ahead and fix your bands the way you want it, and then I'll meet you back when mine gets all cleaned up. Cleaned it up the way that I want it. Put all the seed beads in the proper order in the center of each band just to make it lay flatter. Seed beads just kind of hang out. I didn't straighten all the bands because I think when you straighten the bands like I did here, it just makes you lose the swirl altogether, I think. So I'm just going to leave it the way that it came off the loom. If there's anything in really, really bad twisted, I'll fix it a bit, but I'm not going to go crazy about fixing. And I don't know what happened, but I've got two boo-boos in here. I bet you can spot where they are. Right there and right there. Don't know why these two bands didn't get looped properly. I probably just didn't get both bands when I went to loop it, but anyhow, just pretend that they're not there. See, I messed up my own design. Happens. But anyhow, this is the raspberry cheesecake. I'm a little more partial to these colors. I don't know, but I just wanted to do a little bit different color variation. But hopefully you like it well enough that you'll take on the task and create one yourself. And go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, Artisan Loom, and also I created a Facebook page, and it's called Artisan Loom Bead Queen, so you can go and like that page as well. And I'll be posting things on there, and other people will post things to my Facebook page as well. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, you take care. Bye.